What defines a hero? Is it their strength on the battlefield? Their loyalty to those they serve? Or the choices they make when the weight of the world rests on their shoulders? In the age of gods and kings, two men stood at the heart of a war that would change history: Achilles, the greatest warrior of his time, and Patroclus, his steadfast companion. Together, they faced impossible decisions, defied powerful leaders, and dared to seek humanity amidst the chaos of war. Welcome to the Literature Joint, dear viewers, to an exploration of the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, a retelling of the Trojan War that blends action, politics, and timeless moral questions. This is not just a story of battles and glory, it's a story about the choices that define us and the price we pay for our ambitions. Let's step back in time to ancient Greece, a world of power, politics, and prophecy. The setting of the Song of Achilles is one of immense complexity. Kings rule by force and cunning, constantly seeking to expand their influence. Alliances are fragile, held together by loyalty, fear, or necessity. And hovering over it all are the gods, whose whims and tempers can change the course of human lives in an instant. This is the world Achilles is born into, a half-mortal, half-divine being destined for greatness. From birth, it is foretold that he will become the greatest warrior of his time, but his fate is sealed, his glory will come at the cost of his life. Then there is Patroclus, a boy exiled from his own kingdom, cast out by his father and left to find his place in a world that values strength above all. Through Patroclus' eyes, we witness the rise of Achilles, not as a myth, but as a man. And through their relationship, we see the cost of greatness, both for those who achieve it and for those who stand beside them. At its core, the Song of Achilles is a story about power, who wields it, how it's used, and what it demands. The Trojan War begins not because of a grand moral cause, but because of pride, greed, and ego. Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world, is taken by Paris of Troy. This act sparks a conflict that spans a decade, drawing kings and warriors into a web of alliances and betrayals. Agamemnon, the leader of the Greek forces, is a man driven by ambition and arrogance. His decisions often put his men at risk, from his greed in claiming Briseis to his refusal to compromise with Achilles. Odysseus, in contrast, is a master of strategy and manipulation, constantly working behind the scenes to ensure the war continues in the Greeks' favor. The Trojan royals, led by Priam and Hector, fight to defend their homeland, showcasing bravery and resilience even in the face of overwhelming odds. Through Patroclus' perspective, we see these political machinations not as grand displays of power, but as deeply flawed human struggles. He questions the morality of the war, the suffering it causes, and the leaders who perpetuate it for their own gain. One of the most compelling aspects of the Song of Achilles is the moral dilemmas its characters face. Achilles' story revolves around one central question: is glory worth dying for? As the war progresses, we see him wrestle with this choice. Achilles longs to be remembered, to have his name live on through the ages, but this desire comes at a cost, not just to himself, but to those around him. His decision to withdraw from battle after his honor is slighted by Agamemnon leads to devastating consequences for the Greek army. It's a stark reminder that pride, even in a hero, can be destructive. Patroclus serves as the book's moral compass, offering a stark contrast to the ruthless pragmatism of war. He tends to the wounded, mourns the loss of innocent lives, and questions the endless cycle of violence. Through his eyes, we see the true cost of the Trojan War, not just in terms of lives lost, but in the erosion of humanity itself. Throughout the story, the characters grapple with the tension between destiny and choice. Achilles is bound by prophecy, yet he constantly tries to assert his own will. Patroclus chooses to stand by Achilles, even knowing it will lead to tragedy. This theme raises universal questions: are we masters of our fate, or are we simply players in a story already written? Of course, no story of the Trojan War would be complete without its battles. The Song of Achilles delivers moments of breathtaking action. Achilles' legendary skills in combat are brought vividly to life, showcasing why he is considered the greatest of the Greeks. Hector, the Trojan prince, emerges as a formidable opponent, embodying honor and duty even as he faces insurmountable odds. The climactic confrontation between Achilles and Hector is both thrilling and heartbreaking, a turning point that seals the fate of Troy. But these moments are more than just spectacle. They're infused with emotion, reminding us that every hero, every warrior, is also a person, one with dreams, fears, and a story of their own. Through characters like Agamemnon and Odysseus, we see how power can corrupt and how true leadership requires balancing ambition with compassion. Achilles' refusal to compromise leads to immense suffering, showing the destructive power of unchecked pride. The book challenges the idea of heroes and villains, reminding us that war is a complex tapestry of motives, loyalties, and sacrifices. The Song of Achilles isn't just a story about ancient Greece, it's a reflection of the timeless struggles we face as individuals and societies. It's about the pursuit of greatness, the weight of destiny, and the moral questions that arise when human lives are at stake. If you're drawn to stories of action, politics, and the moral complexity of war, this book will captivate you. Have you read it? What lessons did you take away from its exploration of power and sacrifice? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't picked it up yet, what are you waiting for? Dive into this unforgettable tale of honor, fate, and the choices that define us all. The Song of Achilles isn't just a story about ancient Greece, it's a reflection of the timeless struggles we face as individuals and societies. It's about the pursuit of greatness, the weight of destiny, and the moral questions that arise when human lives are at stake. If you're drawn to stories of action, politics, and the moral complexity of war, this book will captivate you. Have you read it? What lessons did you take away from its exploration of power and sacrifice? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into the Song of Achilles, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with fellow book lovers, and subscribe to the Literature Joint for more content like this. Your support helps keep these conversations alive, and I can't wait to explore more stories with you.